Hello students, come on, welcome you all back to the classes of accounts of banking companies. So far we have completed 10 problems on preparing the profit and loss account of a bank. Hope if you have watched all the previous videos, you got a good command on how to prepare the final accounts of banking companies. So it is scheduled based. According to the revised format, the final account should be in a scheduled based system. So in profit and loss account we have seen this is the format. So far we have done 10 problems. Now see the 11th problem. From the following, expecting that every viewer are having the problems copy from my link in the description. You will find the link. Get a printout of all the problems, then only watch the video, then it will be understandable. Otherwise, if you don't have the problems, you cannot be able to follow the solution. So please, before watching the video, have a hard copy. Have a hard copy of all the problems on this topic, accounts of banking companies, which are given in the link in description. Now, from the following information, prepare the profit and loss account of the Thrifty Bank Limited for the year ended 31st March. So we are required to make the profit and loss account of Thrifty Bank Limited. Thrifty Bank Limited profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2004. So interest earned, other income, total. Expenditure, interest expended, operating expense, provisions and contingencies, total. Net profit for the year, profit brought forward, total. Then appropriations, transferred to statutory reserve, balance carried over to balance sheet. So before starting the problem, better you make a format of the profit and loss account and make a blank format of all the schedules, 13, 14, 15, 16. We'll read the problem and one by one item we'll take in the respective schedules. Now first, interest on loan. Interest on loan is an income, so it will be taken under interest earned, interest on loan, 2,600. Actually, 26 lakh rupees is given. So remove 3 zeros because according to the new format, all the amounts should be in thousands. So thousands omitted, rupees in thousands. The last 3 zeros we ignore, 2,600. Interest on term deposit, it's interest expended. It will be taken under 15. Interest on term deposit, 2,700. Next, discount on bills discounted. The discount will be taken under interest earned. Discount on bills discounted, 1,500. Then comes commission and exchange. It is other income, 80,000. Then it is given payment to employees, directors' fees, postage, depreciation. Payment to employees, directors' fees, postage and telegram, depreciation. These 4 items will take under 16th schedule, operating expenses. Payment to employees, director fee, postage, depreciation. Next item given in the problem is interest on cash credit. Cash credit is also one of the form of loan. It is interest earned. So interest on cash credit, 2,200. Next comes interest on SB deposit. So it is interest on deposit, interest expended here, interest on SB deposit. Next comes profit on sale of investment, other income. Profit on sale of income, interest. Profit on sale of investment, other income. Rent and taxes, auditor's fee, printing and stationery. These 3 items will be taken under 16. Rent and taxes, auditor's fee, printing and stationery. Next item given is income on investment. It's an item of schedule 13. Income on investment. Then profit or balance of profit on 31st March 2003, beginning of the year. Beginning of the year there was some balance in the profit. So profit brought forward 5,000. It is 50 lakh. Then bad debts to be written off amounted to 4 lakh. So bad debts will not be taken in any schedule. It should be taken under provisions and contingencies. So under provisions and contingencies I have taken bad debt 400. Actually 4 lakh is the amount, last 3 zeros omitted. Then provision for taxation is to be made at 50%. Last item it is given, provision for taxation to be made at 50% of profit before tax. So here I have written provision for taxation working note. In working note I am going to calculate the amount of provision for taxation. So as usual in last 3-4 problems we have done how to calculate profit before tax. Take the total income. The incomes are under schedule 13 and 14. 13 में 8,000 है, 14 में 680 है. So total income 8,000 plus 680. 8,680 is the total income. Plus expenditure and losses. Expenditure you will find in 15 and 16. So here 3400, here it is 880. So 3400 plus 880. These are the expenditure. Plus losses. One loss is there, bad debt loss. This loss should also be taken 400. So three amounts we should add. What are the three amounts? 3400 plus 880 plus 400. The total of expenditure and losses 4680. Subtract 8680 minus 4680, 4000. So 4000 is the profit before tax. Provision for taxation is 50% of PBT, 50% of 4000. So 2000 rupees is the provision for taxation. Now take this 2000 here. Take the total of provisions and contingencies, 2400. That's all. We got all the totals of 13, 14, 15, 16 and provisions and contingencies. Take all these totals in the format. Already we have prepared the format. So 13th schedule 8000 from here. 14th schedule 680 here. 15th schedule 3400 here. 880 16th schedule total here. And 2400 is the total of provisions and contingencies in working note. So take the total. 6680 is the total of expenditure. Income 8680. 8680 minus 6680, 2000 is the net profit for the year. And profit brought forward is 5000. Total profit 7000. Now from this 7000 we have to make the appropriations. 25% of the current year's profit. Current year profit is 2000. So 2000 ka 25% 500. So 500 will be transferred to statutory reserve. No proposed dividend, no transfer to any other reserve. The balancing figure will be the balance transferred to balance sheet. So 7000 minus 500, 6500 is the balance carried over to balance sheet. Balancing figure. That's all. This is the end of problem number 11. Come on students, now we'll start the next problem, that is problem number 12. So 11 problems so far we have completed. 12th problem you can see. From the following information, prepare the profit and loss account of Vasari Bank Limited for the year ended 31st March 2004. So here, profit and loss account, Vasari Bank Limited, profit and loss account for the year ended. I have prepared the complete format as usual, just like the previous one. And I have prepared the schedules too. Now we'll see the items. Interest on loan, 300. So interest on loan will be taken in schedule number 13. Interest earned. Here you can see interest on loan 296. Actually 300 is given, but one adjustment is given. See the last adjustment. Last adjustment of the problem. Interest of rupees 4000 on doubtful debts was wrongly credited to interest on loan account. ये interest on loan जो 300 दिया, उसमें by mistake wrongly interest on doubtful loan was included. So in the previous problem also we came across this point. Performing asset, non-performing asset. अगर कोई doubtful asset, doubtful loan है, तो वो non-performing asset है. उसके ऊपर जो interest आएगा, that interest should not be credited to interest account. It should be credited to interest suspense account. एक कस्टमर को लोन दिए, उन्हें लोन के पैसे वापस नहीं कर रहा, ये डाउटफुल हो गया. अब लोन ही डाउटफुल है तो उसके ऊपर इंटरेस्ट आने के चांसेस कम है. तो ये इंटरेस्ट जो डाउटफुल लोन के ऊपर है, दैट इंटरेस्ट शुड नॉट बी इंक्लूडेड इन इंटरेस्ट अकाउंट. दैट इंटरेस्ट शुड बी इंक्लूडेड इन अ न्यू अकाउंट कॉल्ड इंटरेस्ट सस्पेंस अकाउंट. राइट, दैट इज द पॉइंट. लेकिन यहां पर इन दिस प्रॉब्लम बाय मिस्टेक इंटरेस्ट ऑन डाउटफुल लोन वाज इंक्लूडेड इन इंटरेस्ट ऑन लोन. सो वी आर सब्ट्रैक्टिंग हाउ मच? 4000. It is given 4. So total interest on loan 300. Interest on loan 300. In trial balance it is given interest on loan 300. 4 is the interest on doubtful. Deduct 300 minus 4, you will get 296. Here 296. Interest on loan working note 296. First item completed. Second, interest on fixed deposit 275. Interest on fixed deposit 275. Deposit के ऊपर interest expended. Then exchange and brokerage other income. Then directors fees and allowances operating expenses. Then interest on cash credit, it is interest earned. Interest on cash credit 240, no adjustment, nothing. Interest on SB deposit, interest expended, no adjustment, directly we will take. Then postage, telegram stamps, sundry expenses, taxes and insurance. ये तीनों expenses under operating expenses. Postage, sundry expenses, taxes and insurance. Next comes commission. It's an income, other income. Commission, other income. Next item, salaries and allowances. That is operating expenses, salaries. Next item, discount on bills gross 152. So in the trial balance it is given discount on bills gross 152. Now we'll see the adjustment. Is there any rebate on bills discounted? Yes. First additional information is given, rebate on bills discounted 30. तो additional information में दे दिया कि rebate on bills discounted at the end of the year is 30. So closing rebate को क्या करेंगे? Subtract from discount on bills. So here you can see discount on bills 152 minus rebate on bills discounted 30. So 122 is the net discount on bills. Here I have taken discount on bills working note 122 after deducting rebate on bills discounted. Next comes interest on temporary overdraft in current account. It is nothing but interest on overdraft. Overdraft is also one of the loan interest earned. So interest on temporary OD 30,000. Then next one is printing and stationery rent audit fees. All the three will be operating expense. Printing and stationery rent audit fees. So we have taken all trial balance items. Adjustments. Rebate on bills discounted, already we have deducted. Bad debts. Bad debts will be taken under provisions and contingencies in working note. In working note I have taken bad debts 40. And next one is provision for income tax is to be made at 55% rounded off to the nearest 1000. So it is asking you to calculate the provision for taxation at the rate of 55%. Even in the previous problem also we have calculated. We know how to calculate. The provision for taxation should be calculated on profit before tax. So here under provisions and contingencies I have written provision for taxation working note. In working note I am showing how we got this 34. So below this provision for taxation total of incomes. Incomes are 13th schedule and 14th schedule. 688 plus 30, it comes to 718. Total expenditure and losses. Expenditure are 362 plus 255 plus a loss of 40. तो तीनों को add कर लो 657. तो profit before tax we got 61. Now it is saying that provision for taxation is 55%. So 55% on profit before tax. So 55% of 61, it is 33.55 something you are getting. But in the problem it is given that it should be rounded off to the nearest 1000. Nearest 1000 it is given in the problem. So we are getting 33.55. That means 33,550. So nearest 1000 क्या हो गया? 34,000. 33.55 is nearest to 34,000. So I have taken 34 as the provision for taxation. Now take this 34 in provisions and contingencies. Total is 74. Now we got all the schedules and provisions and contingencies. Simply we have to take the values in the profit and loss account. 13th schedule total 688, 14th schedule 30, 15th schedule 362. Here we have then operating expenses 255, provisions and contingency in working note 74. That's all. Now simply you have to take the total. Total income 718, total expenditure 691. So income minus expenditure 718 minus 691 227. 27 is the net profit for the current year. There is no profit brought forward. So 27 is the total profit. So current year ka profit ka 25%. 25% of 27, 6.75. This will be transferred to statutory reserve. So total profit is 27. 27 minus 6.75, you will get 20.25. This is the balance carried over to balance sheet. So hope you are getting a good command on the preparation of profit and loss account of banks. I told you in the previous videos also, almost 90% of the points in every problem are same. Only one or two new points will be included. You should focus, you should concentrate on those new points. That's all. Come on students, now we'll start the next problem in our final accounts of banking companies. So far we have completed 12 problems. Now I am reading out the 13th one. From the following information, prepare profit and loss account of South India Bank Limited as on 31st March 2004. So name of the bank, South India Bank Limited, year ending 31st March 2004. So it is asking you to make the profit and loss statement. I have prepared the profit and loss account as usual. Then interest and discount. Interest and discount will be taken in the schedule number 13. Interest earned, interest and discount. We'll see what are the adjustment on this interest and discount. Income from investment, again 13th schedule, income from investment 115. Then interest on balances with RBI, same 13th schedule, interest on balances with RBI, interest earned. Then commission, exchange and brokerage, other incomes, commission, exchange and brokerage 820, no adjustment. Profit on sale of investment, again profit on sale of investment will be taken under other incomes, but there is one adjustment, we'll see. Then interest on deposits, 15th schedule, interest on deposits 1225. Then interest to RBI. There are two types of interest, interest from RBI and also interest to RBI. If deposit is made with the RBI, interest will be received. If borrowings are taken from RBI, interest will be paid. So interest to RBI, that means it's an expenditure. So interest to RBI, not on RBI, it is to RBI. Interest to RBI. Now see the next one. Interest to RBI, payments to and provision for employees. It is operating expense, payment to and provision for employees. Next comes printing, advertising, depreciation, director fee, auditor fee, law charges, postage, insurance, repairs, rent. All the items will come under operating expenses. So we have completed the schedule 16, operating expenses. Now adjustment, carefully you see, there's a new point here. Interest and discount mentioned above is after the adjustment of the following. So in trial balance में जो interest and discount दिया, interest and discount 3045. 3045 is the interest and discount as per the trial balance. And adjustment says this 3045 we got by debiting the following. After adjustment of the following. What is the adjustment? Provision for taxation, provision for doubtful debts, loss on sale of investment and rebate on bills discounted. ये चार आइटम्स को एडजस्ट कर दिए, काय में एडजस्ट कर दिए? इंटरेस्ट एंड डिस्काउंट में. But according to the format, according to the provisions of the Banking Regulation Act, these items should not be adjusted in interest and discount. बैंक वाला कर लिया है, बैंक ये चार आइटम्स को एडजस्ट कर दिया इंटरेस्ट एंड डिस्काउंट में, और एडजस्ट करने के बाद इंटरेस्ट एंड डिस्काउंट 3045 got it. So according to the provisions of Banking Regulation Act, this is not correct. It is incorrect. तो जो भी एडजस्ट कर दिया उसको वापस रिवर्स कर देंगे उसको. एग्जाम्पल, provision for taxation should not be deducted from interest and discount, but by mistake it has deducted. Now we'll add back. Similarly, provision for doubtful debts, according to the law it should not be deducted from interest and discount, but it is deducted in the problem. We add back. तो जो गलती से by mistake deduct कर दिया उसको add back कर देंगे. तो provision for doubtful debts, provision for taxation, loss on sale of investment, that was also adjusted in interest and discount. Mistake, add back. तो loss on sale of investment को भी add back कर देंगे. Rebate on bills discounted, that should be deducted from interest and discount, and that is correctly done. तो चार एडजस्टमेंट के बाद इंटरेस्ट एंड डिस्काउंट 3045 आया. वो चार में से तीन एडजस्टमेंट रॉन्ग एडजस्टमेंट करे हैं, एक एडजस्टमेंट करेक्ट एडजस्टमेंट. What is the correct adjustment? Rebate on bills discounted should be deducted from interest and discount, and correctly it has been deducted. So we will not adjust rebate on bills discounted. Apart from that, provision for taxation, provision for doubtful debts and loss on sale of investment. ये तीन आइटम्स ऐसे हैं जो बाय मिस्टेक डेबिट कर दिए, निकाल दिए इंटरेस्ट एंड डिस्काउंट में, उसको ऐड बैक करेंगे. नाउ कम टू वर्किंग नोट. Interest and discount as per the trial balance 3045. Add items wrongly debited. Provision for taxation 220, provision for doubtful debts 102, loss on sale of investment 12. ये 3 items are there which are wrongly adjusted, उसको add back कर दिए, तो correct interest and discount we get 3379. So 3379 is the correct interest and discount that we have taken here, 3379. That is the main adjustment. Second, 25% of profit is to be transferred to statutory reserve, 5% profit to be transferred to revenue reserve. Profit brought forward from last year is 16. Now see here, last year's brought forward profit is 16,000. And it is asking you to transfer 25% to statutory reserve and 5% to revenue reserve. That's why I have taken here transfer to statutory reserve, transfer to revenue reserve, right? Now, provision for doubtful debts. Provision for doubtful debts and provision for taxation. These two items should be shown under provisions and contingencies. So according to Banking Regulation Act, according to the provisions of Banking Regulation Act, provision for doubtful debts and provision for taxation. ये दोनों को कहीं में शो करना है, provisions and contingencies. Already add back कर दिए. These two items already we have added back to interest and discount. Interest and discount में ले लिया, provision for taxation 220, provision for doubtful debts 102. ये दोनों items को again यहाँ पर लेंगे 322. 322 is the provision for taxation. And profit on sale of investment is there. From the profit on sale of investment, we deduct the loss on sale of investment. एक लॉस ऑन सेल ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट था जिसको एडजस्ट कर दिए थे इंटरेस्ट एंड डिस्काउंट में और हम उसको ऐड बैक कर दिए. अब वो लॉस ऑन सेल ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट शुड बी डिडक्टेड फ्रॉम प्रॉफिट ऑन सेल ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट. तो नेट प्रॉफिट ऑन सेल ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट इज 98. सो आई हैव टेकन हियर प्रॉफिट ऑन सेल ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट वर्किंग नोट 98. दैट्स इट. So we got the totals of all the 4 schedules 13, 14, 15, 16. We got the total of provisions and contingencies. Here 13 schedule, the total of 13 schedule 3674 I have taken here. The total of 14 schedule 918 taken here. The total income 4592. 15 schedule total 1386 I have taken here. Operating expense 2365 here 2365. And provisions and contingencies just now I told in working note 322. 322. The total of expenditure 4073. So income minus expenditure 4592 minus 4073 519 is the net profit. Brought forward profit given in the problem 16. The total profit is 535. Now from this 535 we have to make the appropriations. So 535 total. Now current year ka profit 515. 25% of 515 is 129.75. This is the amount transferred to statutory reserve. Now 5% it is asking you to transfer to revenue reserve. In every problem it is not there. Particularly in this problem it is asking you to transfer 5% of net profit to revenue reserve. So 5% of 519, 25.95. Now balance carried over to balance sheet. From the total 535 minus 129.75 minus 25.95. So remaining is 379.3. This is the balance carried over to balance sheet. So again, focus on the new point in this problem. All the points are same except one point. That one point is some 4 items are adjusted in interest and discount. Out of 4 items, 3 items are wrongly adjusted. 1 item is correctly adjusted. तो करेक्टली एडजस्टेड कौन सा, रिबेट ऑन बिल्स डिस्काउंटेड, उसको निकालना चाहिए था, निकाल दिए, तो कोई गलती नहीं करे, नो मिस्टेक एट ऑल. मिस्टेक इज देयर इन 3 आइटम्स. प्रोविजन फॉर टैक्सेशन, प्रोविजन फॉर डाउटफुल डेट्स एंड लॉस ऑन सेल ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट. इसको एडजस्ट नहीं करना था, एडजस्ट कर दिए तो हम ऐड बैक कर दिए उसको. और फिर वो प्रोविजन फॉर टैक्सेशन, प्रोविजन फॉर डाउटफुल डेट्स को अलग बताएंगे प्रोविजंस एंड कंटिजेंसीज. और लॉस ऑन सेल ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट को क्या करेंगे, प्रॉफिट ऑन सेल ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट में माइनस करेंगे. दैट्स इट. So no other point. So focus on this point, the problem will be over. So we have completed problem number 13. So far we have done the problems. 13 problems we have done. In those 13 problems we have prepared the profit and loss account of a bank. But from 14th problem onwards we are going to start the problems on balance sheet. So again we have scheduled system. We have seen in the previous problem 4 schedules are there, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 1 to 12 schedules you will find in balance sheet. So the format of the balance sheet given by the Banking Regulation Act is this one. This is the balance sheet. So particulars, capital and liabilities. Capital 1, reserves and surplus 2, deposits 3, borrowings 4, other liabilities and provisions 5. The first 5 schedules you will have in capital and liabilities. Now assets. Under assets, cash and balances with RBI 6, balance with banks, money at call and short notice 7, investments 8, advances 9, fixed assets 10, other assets 11. Total. Now total of the assets after 11th schedule, right? The total of assets and liability must be same. Below the total foot of the balance sheet, you will have 2 items, contingent liabilities 12th schedule and bills for collection. Now 14th problem. See the problem carefully. Hope everybody is having the hard copy of all the problems from the link in my description. So keep it ready always. Again I am repeating. Then 14th problem. From the following information after preparation of schedules, prepare the balance sheet of Kailash Bank Limited as on 31st March. So we are required to make the balance sheet of Kailash Bank Limited. There is no need to make the schedules. It is given that after making the schedules, all the values are given. So we are required to make only balance sheet, no schedules are required, right? Now, first blank balance sheet. Blank balance sheet you should make by taking all the items. You should take the amounts only after seeing the problem. But before taking the items, first you make the blank balance sheet of this one. Now first item. The first item given in the problem is investment. You know investment will be under 8th schedule. So investment यहाँ पर 8th schedule 3000. Similarly, the next item given is capital. Capital is under first schedule. First schedule 1000. Next item given in the problem is deposits. Deposits is in 3rd schedule 7500. Next item given in this cash and balances with RBI 6th schedule 500. Next item given is other liabilities and provision 5th schedule. So 5th schedule you can get 200. Next item, bills for collection. It is at the foot of the balance sheet. Last item, bills for collection 300. Next item, balance with banks and money at call and short notice 7th schedule. 7th schedule 10,000, 1,000. Yeah, 1,007 schedule. Next item is reserves and surplus schedule number 2, 3,500. Next item given is borrowings schedule number 4, that is 2,500. 2,500. Next is advances, 9th schedule, 9,500. Next item given is fixed assets, 10th schedule, 500. Next item is other assets, 11th schedule, 200. Last item is contingent liability, 12th schedule, 100. Or all the items which are given in the problem, I have taken the amounts in the balance sheet. Now if you find the total of the capital and liabilities for 14,700 and asset side also 14,700, tally it. So these 2 items will not come in the total. That's it. So this is the balance sheet of Kailash Bank Limited. The only thing you have to remember is the format, right?